Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/JustNoMil. In today's episode, MIL not including my children. MIL's silent treatment is backfiring in time for the holidays. How to deal with guilt after standing up for yourself. Rewritten for much more clarification. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. MIL not including my children. Okay, so this is my first time posting here and it's gonna be long. Also, I don't really know the lingo, lol. So my husband and I have 2 children. A boy, 3, and a girl, 1. My SAL has 2 children and my BIL has 2 as well. We live about 2 hours away from everyone for my husband's job, but we are constantly going home for holidays, birthdays, etc. My MIL and SAL are constantly taking the other children to do things like pumpkin patches, movies, holiday activities, Disneyland, the beach and other things, and not inviting me or my children even when we are in town. Well, we planned a trip to the pumpkin patch all together for October 22nd, like 3 weeks in advance. I kept texting and asking and double-checking that we were still going, and they kept giving me wishy-washy answers. Well, we finally just said we're gonna go, hope you guys can make it. We got to my IL's the night of the 21st, that's where we stay when we go, and we still didn't have a for sure answer if they were coming. We woke up the morning of the 22nd and we went. We got back to my IL's and my MIL wasn't there. A couple hours later she got home with my BIL's kids in her car. She came in to use the bathroom real quick and started heading back out to the car. I asked where she was going. She replied, "Oh, me and SAL are taking the kids to the pumpkin patch. No invite to us." My son, 3, was in the driveway saying, "I hear my cousins in the car and I want my cousins," and kept asking my MIL where she was going and saying he wanted to come. She said, "I'll see you later, bud," and they left. I feel like this is my breaking point. The look on his face made me burst into tears. He was so disappointed and felt so left out. Am I right to be upset? Growing up, I was the least favorite grandkid. At least on one side. I knew and still know my grandmother loves my cousins more than she ever could me. I wish my mom listened to me when I told her I didn't want to go there anymore. What they're trying to do is bully you. What they're actually doing is bullying your children. Don't make the same mistake my mother did. Don't put them through that, please. You're completely right to be upset, your poor kids. When they get home, I'd sit down and have an adult meeting to find out why they are deliberately not including you and your children. Do you have a problem with me or my husband that has led to you not wanting to spend time with us? Do you have a problem with my children that has resulted in not wanting them with you or the other kids? Is there a reason you do not want us or our children to spend time with you? And when they say no to all of it, then explain that it's cruel and hurtful and ask why this is continuing to happen. I'd set clear boundaries that if they do this again, you won't go back. They're welcome to come and visit you, but you will no longer be making the trip to spend time with them only to be completely snubbed. Stop putting your kids in a position to be hurt like this. Stop going there. Do things on your own, or with your family. You can invite them, but if they don't show up, it's their loss. That's the plan. He was so excited about it and talked about it for weeks, and he just got his hopes up and was so let down. I felt awful. Won't be doing that anymore. I don't understand why you stayed after that. I wouldn't have. Planning a trip to the exact place you wanted to go all together on the same day you wanted to go? Telling her 3-year-old grandson he's not invited while staying at her house? The only reason we stayed was because a few hours later we were going to a trunk or treat that my husband, aunt, and uncle were hosting. That was the main reason for originally going to town, and the pumpkin patch was just going to be an added bonus. If we didn't have that, I would have left, but I didn't want my son to miss out on that too. I was your kids, to an extent all my siblings were too. Time to distance for them. I know finances are never easy, but when you come to town make other arrangements than staying at MIL's, I guarantee they see it as some sort of resource drain. And, if by some miracle they are offended, it's an open door to say her behavior upsets your children, and you can't have that. That's definitely something we've discussed. Luckily my husband racks up points because he travels for work a lot lol, so maybe that is something we will start doing. Drop the rope. The holidays are approaching and I'd start new traditions at home with your children. Let so know you and the children will no longer be visiting his family where you are all disrespected and your children are treated unfairly. Your 3-year-old is now noticing he's not being included, and at that age, he will liken that to not being liked or loved. This can be the start of lifelong issues with self-esteem and self-worth. This, as the child who was left behind, this. Your child is already noticing and it's deliberately hurting him, and if MIL won't stop the pain, you must. Yes. Luckily we already have plans to spend Thanksgiving with my family, and my son's birthday is a few days after, so we will just celebrate with my fam while there, and then Christmas we plan to just lay and wait, and if they don't say anything to us then we will celebrate in home and go from there. Nope, that would be it for me. You don't deserve this, and most importantly your children don't deserve this. Go full no contact. Totally unacceptable. Please, for your sake and for your children, stop chasing a relationship with them. I had to learn the hard way, although it was my parents who were doing this. After years of them treating my family like we were second-class citizens, I stopped trying. I did issue invitations to special events, but I, correctly, assumed that they would not attend, or even try. When you are in their hometown to visit your family, I would set up a window of time to see them. Issue an invitation to see them, then go on and live your best life. Do fun things with your family, your kids, and anyone who accepts your invitation to join them doing XCY, but stop doing anything else. By doing this, you are not cutting them out of your life or ignoring them. However, you are not giving them any kind of control over you, and are eliminating their power to hurt you and your kids. So next year, if you are going to be in town for the Pumpkin Festival, check with your family and set a date and time. Send an email to your BIL/family, sale/family, MIL, hey all, we are going to be in town on XYZ dates and are going to Pumpkin Festival, Christmas tree/gingerbread festival, etc. at this time. You are all welcome to join us, we are planning to go at this time. If they choose to not respond, show up, etc., well, that is their loss. Don't discuss who will attend with your kids. If they ask, just tell them family is invited and whoever shows up will have fun with them. If MIL/etc. don't bother to reach out to you about Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, etc., then plan without them. When my kids were growing up, we lived 4 hours away from my MIL/family and 8 hours away from my family. For years we drove to see all of them. After it became clear that my parents couldn't be bothered, we stopped visiting them. After a few years, my mom finally asked why we would visit my in-laws for holidays, etc. I told her honestly that the road goes in both directions. My in-laws make it a point to visit at least once or twice each year, so we do the same. You and Dad literally drive by my home several times a year to visit my siblings, yet you don't bother to see us unless you want to stop by for 5 minutes to use the restroom. Literally, not joking here. If you can't be bothered to visit us, make us a priority. I see no reason to drive 16 hours to see you. I got an "oh" in response. I took my own advice and sent my parents/siblings invitations, and that was it. Guess who never bothered to take us up on any invitation? Put value in time with the family that loves you. You won't regret it. MIL's silent treatment is backfiring in time for the holidays. 5 months ago, my MIL started constantly calling and texting DH and trying to micromanage him, which sounds weird because he's an adult, and we live hours away from them, but she is a helicopter mom and a covert narcissist. My DH has grown a shinier spine since we got counseling before getting married and politely told her that he could manage his life and asked her to trust that she raised him well enough to make his own decisions. MIL threw a tantrum along the lines of "I'm sorry for trying to help my son," and then there was radio silence. DH and I went on with our lives without noticing it at first, but after a month, we realized that no one from his family had even texted him, which is odd because they're usually clingy and nosy, the type of people who expect a phone call once a week. DH messaged my MIL and my FIL about different things, unrelated, and my MIL replied shortly, and my FIL did not reply at all, which is also very unusual for them. Now it's been 5 months of silence. We both know they're trying to get him to grovel and feel like a bad son, but it's not working anymore. I've never seen him so detached from them before. They've finally helped him get over his pity for them with their childish antics. We're not going to break the silence first and are honestly enjoying the peace, but now the holidays are approaching, and we're both feeling a little tense because the fit MIL and his family will throw if, when we don't reach out, will be terrible, and we're not sure if they will lash out at us or just talk about us behind our backs. How is this going to go down? What should we prepare for? Time to make a nice quick set of travel plans for the holidays. Someplace nice and romance and far away from all relatives too. When they finally cave and make contact, you can truthfully say that you both already made plans for the holidays. The romantic plans don't have to be anywhere exotic. Holiday movies, the phone on mute and yards of twinkle lights inside will bring ambience to you both. Sorry, we have plans already and all booked up. No need to tell when, where or what. I wish, but unfortunately, we don't have the money for that right now. I love when people I don't like give me the silent treatment. It's seriously the best. Yeah, I love that they think it's bothering me when in actuality I'm loving the peace and quiet. What should you prepare for? Oh, only the best holiday of your life. This is the dawn of a new era, and this new boundary is going to yield a much better holiday experience moving forward, even when you do finally see them. Stay strong and enjoy a peaceful holiday season. Drama. Prepare for drama. And meet it with, "Sorry, as we haven't heard from you in 5 months, we've made other plans for the holidays. See you in January." Do what you would normally do. Send Christmas cards, mail presents, and pretend like you haven't noticed anything out of the unusual. When they call to pitch a fit and ask if you haven't noticed their silence, both of you act shocked and have your husband say as innocently as possible, "No. We just thought you and Dad, or Mom, were trusting us to make our own decisions like we talked about." You guys were upset? That makes me so sad. I thought you were making an intentional effort to give us space since you realized it's time make we our own way in the world. Sure, I've noticed, I just thought we were getting along for a change. Not mine, came from Zitz. Prepare for them to throw the tantrum whenever you aren't there for every single minute of the holiday. Since you can't get away, I'd recommend making the day of the holidays technology where someone can reach you free. For Thanksgiving and Christmas, my friends and family I still am in contact with know that after X time, usually 10 a.m., for some reason I'm always up early on those days, my phone is turned off until the following morning and my facehag/bad birdie pages are shut down. I enjoy my day cooking and watching TV and just relax. Might be worth talking to your husband about making plans for the day and turn the phones off. If they throw a tantrum, then you know it's not worth being around them. If they're going to talk, so what? You and your DH know the truth, and if others want to know the truth, they can go to the source instead of the problem. Depending on how far you live, you will find food or a pack of gifts on your porch with a guilt-filled note. She may lose her sh*t and throw pie at your door. If you're far away, you're getting mailed gifts. She needs to show she cared about you and you didn't care about her, so she can escalate the drama and hurt to reach the level of martyrdom amongst family and friends. Definitely suggest being out of town, but please have cameras up. Well, what do you and DH want to do for the holidays? Do you want to go visit your family? Have a Friendsgiving? Go volunteer at the local city mission to serve Thanksgiving meals? Would you like to take a vacation trip in December? Go to a beach? I vote for you and DH to sit down and make plans. This week. If anyone from his family asks, you can tell them, we didn't hear anything about a family gathering, so we went ahead and made other plans. Gosh, I have to tell you, it was so satisfying to help out serving meals at the city mission. It really helped DH, and I feel so grateful for our many blessings. My favorite thing my narcissistic family does is punish me with silence. They usually come back around as if nothing happened. I go about my life, which pisses them off, and then they punish me with silence again. Oh well. Sometimes the trash takes itself out. How to deal with guilt after standing up for yourself. Rewritten for much more clarification. I called out my MIL for lying. She knew it was her year for Thanksgiving, but as per usual she plays games. Before a large fight between us a few Thanksgivings ago, every single holiday, especially Thanksgiving and Christmas, would turn into drama. She'd always threaten to cancel the holiday, and then everyone in the family would cater to her threats and freak out and adjust everything to her. Basically, shortly before large events, like birthdays, she somehow has something to cause a fight about. Fast forward to the fight. We have it out. She demands every other Thanksgiving, we should rotate instead of splitting the day. I agree, but it's sad because that means my parents had to sit alone. Then, last year it was my parents' turn. She knew this. Yet a week before Thanksgiving, she texted me what side she could bring. I politely let her know it was my mom's turn and she had already made arrangements with our family. Now this year, I was determined to not have a dramatic episode. It's their year. Their turn. So I text early, and even offer to host it. She responds completely pretending to not know we do every other Thanksgiving. It was her idea. She informs us that she's already invited distant relatives, that she didn't know where we'd be. But that if we'd like to join, great. My blood was boiling. I've never really stood up for myself, but I couldn't contain it. I reminded her of what she said during the original confrontation a couple years ago and that it was her idea to do every other. She's made such a stink every holiday, it's her year, and she invites cousins before grandchildren? My response wasn't rude but very direct. Reminding her this was her idea, that my parents have had to sit alone, and being very clear this is her year and that next year I will be with my family because I don't want this same issue again. The problem is, because I was so direct, I know there's going to be massive fallout. I have some form of PTSD from the first confrontation because she went as far as to tell my husband she's sorry he's married to me. Told me I'm weird. Etc. So now I'm experiencing physical illness from what the fallout this could mean. But I sent my response so quickly in anger I didn't really think about the repercussions. Again, any advice is welcome. I'm just kind of regretting saying anything. You should have taken her up on her *T offer. Oh, you've already invited a bunch of people already? No problem, my parents will be happy they won't have to celebrate alone this year. Happy Thanksgiving, MIL. I hope that was a text so you have proof she was playing games. Might I suggest you just host your own holidays from now on and extend invitations to your parents and in-laws, and let her do her own thing if she wants to. Don't allow her to invite people to your home. You will have a guest limit and you make all invitations and inform her this if she tries to invite a bunch of people. Right here OP, control the narrative. Host it for your folks and in-laws, anyone that doesn't wish to attend, oh well. Do not accommodate crazy any further, LOL. I saw a message on Twitter earlier this year that hit me hard. When you're not used to being confident, confidence feels like arrogance. When you're used to being passive, assertiveness feels like aggression. When you're not used to getting your needs met, prioritizing yourself feels selfish. Your comfort zone is not a good benchmark. This is me. I had a passive-aggressive MIL I learned being rude back worked. Oh, I am sorry, I thought you said every other holiday. My bad. Enjoy the cousins. I'll let the kids call you from my mom's. Then do it. Your time is yours, and if they can't appreciate it, they don't need it. Ignore her. Go to your parents. She wasn't planning on having you? Fine. Oh, Mil, since we have been doing the year-on-year off, I had been planning to be at your house, but since you have other plans, we will spend this year with my folks again. They will be thrilled. I hope you have a great day. Tell the cousins we said hi. Also, as this is technically still your year, next year will also be spent with my family. See you in 2024. But I'm petty like that. My advice, go spend holidays with your parents. Your Mil is playing games and she needs consequences. If your husband wants to spend holidays with his fam, he can, but you and kids go when you want. Too much drama, so pull yourself out of the equation. As the saying goes, okay, be games win be prices. How do you feel about texting her, so you have written record, and saying, just to be clear, because I don't want any tantrums over this, we agreed to alternating Thanksgiving celebrations with you and my parents. This is your year, as last year DH and I were with my parents. Now you have decided to celebrate with others instead of us. That's fine, and I hope you have a great time. I just wanted to be clear that it's your choice. That's exactly what I said. And she didn't respond. So now I'm just worried I set off a grenade. Sad face, she doesn't like being called out at all. Last time she went months not speaking to me and said some really nasty stuff to me. That's why I'm kinda freaking out. When she said if we'd like to join, great, I would have said, oh, you already have plans? Okay, I thought it was your year, but I must be mistaken. We'll be with my parents since they're all alone. Have a great Thanksgiving. Call her bluff. Play stupid games, get stupid prizes. Ugh. I don't know why you even bother calling her out. You know she's playing a game, and see how far you'll go to grovel and beg to be there at her place for the holidays. You should have called her out by letting her know that it was okay if she didn't remember the original plan and did not count on you all being there. That you'll just go to your parents instead. She'll have a fit and come back later saying it's her year. But you just remind her that she already made other plans that didn't include you, so have made other arrangements for the holiday. Next year you'll be visiting with your family, so she'll have to wait 2 years. Maybe she'll think about that when Christmas comes around. Don't play into her BS, don't give into her manipulation. Your Mil is playing you all, and I think you gave her the attention that she wanted by trying to call her out for her BS. But it's far better to just say okay, and tell her what you'll do instead. She's looking to hurt you all of you, because she loves the control. She loves the drama and watching everyone beg and plead and rearrange plans so they can accommodate her. She thinks it's fun or a game. But you call her out on it by not playing the game. She changes plans, then don't change plans. She says she didn't count for you to come, then tell her that's fine and you'll do something else. Every time she tries to change plans, just say cool and tell her that you'll figure out and do what you originally wanted. Either she'll stop and cave to you, or you'll have plans without her. She's trying to play you for this Thanksgiving. She didn't plan on you coming, fine, go to your parents and have a great time. Maybe take a new dessert or side recipe with you for everyone to try. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.